Hi guys, it is me, Happy Mama. I am so happy to be sat here in front of the camera recording the three things that I am using to, cultivate a blissful life and a happy life. Now, I've given them an acronym, the three things that I'm using so that I do not forget them. And it's called T-E-E. So I call it my T-zone, and every time I am checking in on my T-zone. So let's get rolling. T stands for thoughts. What am I thinking at any one moment in my life? I am checking in on my thoughts. What conversations am I having in my head? What do I think about the traffic? What am I, thinking about things that are, going a bit off in my life? Why am I thinking that? And I am checking in, doing a stock take to make sure that all my thoughts are in alignment with what I want to create. Because guess what? I have proved beyond any reasonable doubt in my life that the things that I'm harboring in my head, the things that I am thinking, I am actually creating. And over the years, I can, remember back the thoughts that I have had and the things that I've actually manifested in my life. And I have actually got to find out that the more I think negative, the more negative things happen in my life. The more I am positive about a situation, the more positive things happen and more positive outcomes. So I am not messing about in my head. I am understanding if I'm thinking something that is off. I inquire, why am I thinking that way? What are you, Cynthia, come on, what are you doing? And I turn my thoughts around. I change my thoughts around to positivity. It doesn't matter how dire a situation is. It doesn't matter how bad something may seem. I will find something good, something uplifting to think, because I know for a fact that if I am thinking negative, if I have negative judgments on anything in my life, boom, negative stuff is going to happen. So that's my thoughts. I'm checking in on my thoughts. What am I thinking? Number two is linked to my thoughts, which is E, emotions. What is that feeling? Why am I feeling that? And you normally find that your emotions sort of like are fed by your thoughts are fed by your emotions. So my emotions, I have to know. I have to know a feeling. What am I feeling? What is that feeling saying? Ooh, it feels uncomfortable. Bro, what are my limiting beliefs, for example? What am I thinking? Whoa, what's my conditioning saying here? Because it's fitting into my thoughts, into my feelings. And every feeling that I get has to be on a certain vibration. I do not allow things like silly things like, oh, feeling sad because it's gray outside. Who does that? I don't. If it's grey outside, that's fine. I've got the sunshine. I make sure that I conjure up a happy feeling. I make sure I do not waste my emotions on very silly things, traffic, people who are angry on the streets, people, television, the news. I do not waste my emotions on, especially emotions that come up and are negative. I quickly turn them around. I have to make sure that, because emotions are energy. Anything that you give off, if you give off love, you're giving off energy, you're vibrating high. If you're giving off low emotions and you're sad about, oh, something that's happened to someone you haven't got a clue about, and you're giving off all these emotions, then you're cultivating, you're resonating with somebody else around you that's feeling low. And it's just a disaster for negative things to happen in your life, because We're vibrational beings. You're a spirit, you know, in a human body. And everything that you're doing is, you know, relating to everything else via vibrations, via frequency. And emotions are the things, are the vibrations and the frequency that we're communicating with. And so I am making sure that my emotions are in check. My emotions are completely, you know, I'm vibrating high. I do not sit there, even scrolling down Facebook and social media. I do not get my emotions involved, because I tell you, my friends, it just is a disaster for creating a life that has negativity. The third thing that I make sure I am checking in on is my ego. I do not give my ego any space. I squash it. I tell it to sit down. I tell it to shut up. It really is quite, you know, it's one of those things that just crops up on me. I don't know about you, but I tell my ego, nope. You know, if I have to say sorry, I will say sorry. If there's a situation where, you know, someone has to sit down, I will sit down gladly, humbly. I do not get, I do not chew more than I can bite more than I can chew, whichever one it is. I make sure that I stay away from situations that will make me all puffed up and feel like, ooh, you know, yeah, I've told them to sit down and stay in their place. I will have opinions. I'll be gobby. I'll have the things that I say and just cause a bit of controversy here and there. But when it comes to my ego, God, it is squashed. It's under my feet. It has no voice. I make sure that I never put myself in any situation where my ego is, you know, is above me. I check in, you know, I check in. What am I thinking about that situation? What's my ego thinking? Is it thinking that I'm all, you know, all that and yet I am not? I check in. I do not let my ego rule my life. So those are my three things: my thoughts, my emotions, and ego. I keep them in check. I make sure that at whatever moment, at whatever place, wherever I am vibrating high. I am on a high. I'm on a high frequency, because I know that that is how I am attracting a high vibrating life. That's how I know that I'm attracting a high frequency life, a happy life, a blissful life. I hope this has blessed you. Join me next time. Love you. Mwah.